Crypto Hotep here with another trading video. This video is going to be covering an update on the crypto markets. We have a lot of good movement in the markets this week, so we will go over some of the things that have occurred as well as what to look forward to in the upcoming. With that being said, guys, first and foremost, I want to say, hey, thank you for the views. This past recording that we did, the last recording that covered the crypto markets, ranked up over 100 views. So this is one of the top crypto videos. Most of my videos are following my family's stock portfolio. So, if you want to take a look, go to the channel, subscribe, do all that. And you'll see those weekly videos I have of my family stock portfolio. Those usually get the views, not so much crypto, which is very ironic, hence my name. But it feels good to be over 100 views for this latest recording. And always, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence when putting your hard-earned money into crypto, stocks, anything of the sort. Consult a professional if you need to. And last but not least, big shout outs to the GOAT crypto brokerage, Coinbase. Love Coinbase, been using them for over 6 years. Have had no problems with them. They have good customer service as well. And I can get my money in and out whenever I want. If you have a Coinbase account, feel free to, and if you don't, feel free to go to the description. I know this is the previous video, but I'll still have the link here. Click on the link. If you do have an account, just link your account with that link. And basically what happens is Coinbase will give me a portion of the transaction fees that they charge you for trading with them. So you don't have to reach into your pocket. You don't have to send me any ETH, any BTC, none of that. And you'll be supporting the channel, guys. So with that being said, let's jump in here to the weekly breakdown. So, as always, we ask AI, give me a synopsis, a quick snapshot of the past and previous events that have been going on in the markets and any market news and events. So the market indices have, for the S&P 500, around 68, 6,900. Nothing too substantial as of yet. High impact geopolitical and policy events. U.S. and Iran tensions have escalated. So there were concerns over stalled nuclear talks, potential U.S. military intervention, I should say, and Trump indicated a decision within 10 days that should be coming up, I believe, next week. So Supreme Court ruling also invalidated some of the prior Trump tariffs under emergency powers. So more to come on that. And the reason more to come on that is because Trump immediately placed an executive order superseding what the Supreme Court has done. So a lot of back and forth here with that. Other ongoing Senate confirmation with Kevin Walsh, we know about that. The real GDP grew 1.4 annualized. So GDP growth the last week. That was unfortunately below expectations, so that was a little bearish. That was a bearish news event. What else we have here? And we do have a lot of corporate earnings this week. NVIDIA did have their earnings this week. Why is that big for crypto? Well, it's big for crypto because it deals with AI. NVIDIA did blow out their earnings per usual as well, so a lot of good things. One thing, and we'll go into the economic calendar as well here. One thing that wasn't talked about is President Trump's State of the Union speech that was yesterday. So we're recording this video on Wednesday, February 25th. One of the biggest events of this week was President Trump's State of the Union speech, and it did go by fairly well, I will say. Markets enjoyed all that President Trump had to speak about, especially crypto. And what was very astonishing to me is crypto did start pumping right before Trump started speaking. But before we go into all that, let's just kind of run down our calendar here. So Monday, 2 days ago, we've just had some Fed speak here. We have factory orders month over month. I don't follow that. Fed Goolsbee did speak. We have an employment change weekly, nothing too major there. Fed Bostic, Fed Collins did speak. Fed Waller spoke. Fed Cook, I should say. Fed Barkin and Fed Collins here. And then we had President Trump's State of the Union speech that we just spoke about. Tomorrow, or today, I should say, we have 30-year mortgage, right? And then we have Fed Muslim speak as well today. He spoke at 1:20. Nothing too major right here on Wednesday. Thursday, tomorrow morning, we have initial jobless claims per usual. Our consensus, right, is 215. So what would we want? We want a number below 215. That would be good for us. And then we also have Fed Bowman. He's speaking again at 10 a.m. And then Friday, we have PPI. So PPI month over month, and then core PPI numbers as well. We would like for these numbers on the PPI to be above, at or above 0.3. That's what we're forecasting at right here. Okay. One thing that I do want to go at is another piece of news came out. And let's see if I'll go to this one. Yeah. And I think, yeah, so this was regarding Jan Street Group. So Jan Street Group is a hedge firm, and apparently from what I've read and what I've researched, they've done a lot of manipulation in the markets, particularly the crypto market. So they were responsible for SBS and that Terra Luma collapse of crypto many moons ago that we all had to live through. And then most recently, it looks like they've had some dealings with Bitcoin. And a lot of the crypto Twitter conspiracy theorists, whatever you want to call them, are thinking that they're the reason for the October 10th collapse of the markets that we have been just bleeding through since October 10th. I think Hedge Fund had a couple good posts. Let's look there. Here we go. Let's see. Hedge Fund. Here, let's just click on Hedge Fund here. They had a pretty good post that I did see yesterday. Oh. Let's see. I have to keep scrolling. Should have really had this. Okay, we're starting to get close to it. Okay. And pretty sure I saw this. Here we go. It's right here. Okay, so they posted that Jane Street was behind the 2022 crypto winter, destroying Terraform or Luna by first depegging the token and then destroying the ecosystem, then pretending it will rescue Terra while effectively it was soaking up what little value it remained. So not only did they do that, they were manipulating Bitcoin's price. And the big thing was Bitcoin and crypto did really pump today. And what was weird is for the past several months, crypto has had a significant drop in price. It was around Tuesday and Wednesday of each week. It was very systematic that there was a dump at a specific time frame. It was extremely annoying, and you could clock your watch in, and you knew it was a very systematic selling that was being done. So everybody is assuming that Jane Street is responsible for this selling. So that's another big event that's been happening in crypto. And that's one of the reasons why things are looking a little bit brighter in crypto this week. So speaking of that, let's go to the market overview here for crypto. So currently we still are in extreme fear, despite what I spoke about in terms of bullish price action. We'll go to the chart shortly. We are still in extreme fear at 16. That is a rise, though, with all things considering. Remember that at the beginning of February, we were at a 5. So at the lowest point ever recorded for this fear and greed index. So we have ballooned up to 16, but we're still in extreme fear. Okay, the Altcoin season index hasn't changed, but it has pushed up a little bit. So we are at 34 out of 100, still at Bitcoin season currently, though. We've moved a little bit towards the blue, but we're still in Bitcoin season as of right now. Bitcoin dominance stays below 60%, even more. 60% is that threshold that we want to stay under. We are currently at 58% here. Okay. Let's look at ETF flows. So if we look at crypto ETF flows, February 24th, we had, which was Tuesday, February 24th, we had a nice inflow of over 220 million. And that's between Bitcoin and ETH. We had 160 plus million for BTC, and then ETH had 60 million. Very good. We want to see those inflows coming in on the ETFs. Love to see that. So we're trending up in the right direction here. Okay. And with that being said, guys, let's go to the charts here. So in regards to the charts, we will start with the dollar. Okay, so with the dollar's just playing around right now. Dollar thinks it's funny right now. We have a weekly demand support area here at 97.5, and of course, price for the dollar is just smack dab right on the line. It's not down, it's not up, it's just smack dab right in the line here. We call this manipulation right here. Just keeping price at a standstill and just waiting for a move to either come below or above. Okay, so that's where the dollar is right now. So it's not good, but it's also not bad. It's just kind of in the middle here. Let's go to the stable coin. So stable coins currently, we are seeing a rejection at 61.8, similar to last week that I pointed out. So that 61.8 level is still holding very strong. So what we would like to see is we would like to see some red candles, maybe a bearish doji right here at this line here, just to come back down into this area. That's what we would like to see. We are also at oversold status, or overbought status, I should say, on the slow stochastic as well for USDC. And if this is your first time watching these videos and you're wondering why I'm so pressed about stable coins, is because stable coins usually dictate what Bitcoin and altcoins do, because normally when there's less dominance in stable coins, that means there's more dominance in altcoins, because the thought process is crypto traders and investors take their profits in USDC or USDT and they hold it, and then when it's time to buy, they take those profits that are in USDC and USDT and then convert it into those coins. You rinse and repeat every time. So if there's a high dominance on stable coins, that means people are taking profits and altcoins are dropping. If altcoins dominance is up and altcoin prices are going up, That means people are taking their stable coins and converting them or buying altcoins or Bitcoin with them. So if we look at Tether, right? So USDT right here, we can see here, very similar to USDC, we have two key levels of resistance and supply right here, and they are holding strong. We have a long wick here. That's what you love to see, because that means price has not come above that level yet. This level is still valid. So we can see this here. We can also see it's very overly bought right there as well. So again, we want to see red candles. We still haven't seen any red candles yet. We would love to see some red candles and then have USDT dominance collapse. That's what we want to see. Nothing yet though. Let's go to ETH BTC, which usually dictates the altcoin market. So again, very similar to the dollar, where it's kind of playing games here. That's similar to what ETH BTC is doing. It's at the bottom end of this fib golden zone, which is between 50 and 61.8 right here. It's literally at the bottom right here. So it hasn't collapsed below it, but it also hasn't pumped above it. So it's just right there at that bottom. It's kind of at no man's land here. So now what we're doing is we're just waiting. Unfortunately, that's all you can do now. The good thing, and there is hopium here. Hopium is selling has decreased dramatically, and you can see that here. So selling with these candles have decreased in size, and this current candle looks like a doji, hopefully a bullish doji that could reverse the sentiment of ETH BTC and potentially have this move up. Okay, but again, all we're doing is just waiting. We have over 3 days, almost 4 days left in the weekly cycle here. Okay, let's go to Bitcoin dominance. As we said before, Bitcoin dominance, this is something you actually do want to see. You would like to see Bitcoin dominance collapse below 60, which is right here. It is also collapsing below that demand area that we placed in last week. So it's collapsing below that. We would like to see the next candle somewhat appear right here. We would be fine with that right here. That means we can take this demand area or the support area off, and that gives for a longer road for Bitcoin dominance to move back up. That's what you want to see, because if Bitcoin dominance comes down, hopefully that will flow into altcoins again. Okay, and let's go to our total 3 chart. Our total 3 chart is just the altcoin market in general, excluding BTC, ETH, and stable coins. So this is just altcoins. So as we can see here, we are just back at the same spot. Again, there's really no doom and gloom here, guys. It's all just waiting. Price is still in this weekly demand/support area that's been tested multiple times here. And it's just sitting here. It hasn't collapsed below it. It's respecting it right now, and it currently is sitting above it. But again, we have about 4 days left in the weekly time frame. What we would like to see is we would like to see a break above this downtrend right here, and then maybe a retest here again, and then a catapult. What we could see is we could just see a V-shaped recovery as well right here. Okay. Let's look at coin actually too. So coin, the Coinbase stock, it actually looks good. It's doing what the dollar is doing currently. It's playing around in this weekly demand/support level. As you can see, price came through the demand support, didn't close below it, and came up and closed at it. So it still hasn't closed above it yet, but it still hasn't closed below it. It's just sitting right here. So anything could happen, but I like where the price is currently. It's showing bulls are in this area here, and this is an area of interest for them and for buying for Coinbase. So it looks good. Okay. Let's go to the King, BTC here. And BTC, very similar to our other charts. It is respecting this level. There was a lot of doom and gloom in the markets before Trump's State of the Union speech, and before everything that happened with Jan Street. However, you can see here, it's still respecting that 62K demand support level, weekly demand support level, and it is currently priced above it. Okay, we still need to see buyers, so we still need to see some green candles somewhere, but as of right now, it looks okay. This blue line here, again, is our 200 MA, or our 200 week moving average, and we can see we are interacting with that currently. Okay, and as always, we are oversold extremely on Bitcoin. This is a great buying opportunity for Bitcoin, not financial advice. Let's go to ETH. ETH had a day today. It's back above 2,000. It was at the 18 to 1900 mark. So Bitcoin looks better than ETH at this point, and the reason is because we have closed below this demand support level of 2200. However, we haven't fully collapsed below it. We don't see any wicks further down, and the body of the candle is still in line with the other bodies of candles. So I look at this here, this price action below this weekly demand support level, as somewhat of manipulation. So this is still valid. Now, if price goes down further and we close a candle way below this, like around here, then yeah, that'll be, I can see us going down to like 1,500 as well. But as of right now, as long as price just kind of hangs around this 2,200 level, I'm good with this move right here for ETH. And this move might come quick with ETH too. Okay. Let's go to our trades that we are in. We are in Airdrome, and we haven't sold a single thing as of yet. So Airdrome is in a very similar spot to where ETH is. So we have closed below a weekly key area of demand / support, but we haven't collapsed below it. We're still kind of hanging around there, just hanging around, testing it, seeing what's going on. Okay, this move is still viable. Okay, but we're still waiting. If I want to add more to Airdrome, then what I would do is I would wait for us to reclaim this 36 cents level. Okay, let's go to C. C, we're just waiting for C to bottom out here. I removed the demand level for C, replaced it with the break of structure to the downside right here, which is very valid. And what we're looking for is we're just looking for a bottom here. So for me to add anything for C, I need to see green candles and then a retest of the area where those green candles were present. That's what I need to see. So it's going to be a lot of waiting for C for me. Okay. Uniswap actually looks pretty good for a buy or add if we close in the green this week. So this week currently, based on all the bullish pumps that we've had across crypto, you could see this is a bullish doji, guys. So when I say we need to see bullish sentiment in the market from a downtrend, this is what I mean. We started the downtrend at the beginning of January, nothing but red candles, and then we came in contact with a weekly demand, weekly support area. This has slowed selling, and this has turned this candle into a bullish doji right here. And this signifies a potential reversal. Keyword, potential. This does not mean by any means that I'm saying this is a reversal. This just means a potential reversal and that buyers have finally stepped in this area. So if we close here, I will be buying some more Uniswap here on this candle. But we're going to wait because we have 4 days left. Let's go to Graph, one of my worst positions. Very similar to C, where we're waiting for the bottom. We removed a key level of support, one of the last levels of support and demand, and we are just waiting for price to solidify and base here at this level. It looks like we may have some basing or potentially bottoming right here at 2 cents for Graph. But again, very similar to C, I need to see green candles and then a retest from where those green candles were, and then I can buy there. I'll feel confident with that. Okay. Near looks almost like Uniswap, where we have downtrend and then somewhat of a bullish doji right here. If we close out the week green for NEAR, I'll be buying both NEAR and Uniswap as well. Okay? And let's go to the altcoin portfolio. So the altcoin portfolio currently 1 month rate of return 14.64% in the negative 26.28% 3 month, and then 6 month negative 45.06. Now, if this is your first time watching this video and you're probably turned off by those rates of return, that's realized and unrealized gains. Take a look at last week's. Last week's was pretty horrendous as well, and I believe it was more. So the 24-hour change looks good. These are double-digit 24-hour changes in these cryptos. USD is my main position, and it is my biggest position because all of these other assets are so low in price right now. Okay, and we have such negative gains. So we're at a negative 51% for Aerodrome, negative 44% for Uniswap, negative 58% for NEAR, negative 65% for C, and then negative 71% for Graph. But again, one thing that I will say is crypto moves very fast. NEAR was up over 25% on the day today. Okay, Uniswap was up over 15% on the day today. So, yeah, these look horrendous. The profit losses look horrendous for my positions here. But again, crypto moves quick. It can move very fast. And, by the time you turn your head, these positions will soon be positive and in the green, I feel. So again, guys, if this video was helpful, feel free to like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you're investing in. Are you DCAing into Bitcoin? Are you trying to trade Bitcoin? What are you doing? But as always, guys, appreciate the views, appreciate the time, and thank you, and happy investing and trading.